Other interesting business news: you have the Dodge Charger EV pricing released, and it's not supposed to be a joke, but it's quite funny because of the price point and what you get. Now, this is brought to us thanks to The Verge, specifically a writer over there by the name of Omar Shakir, and which he says, quote, Dodge puts a price on its first electric muscle car. The Dodge Charger Daytona EV will cost at least $61,590 when it arrives at dealerships later this year. Which, yeah, spoiler alert, let's talk about the full cost. Now, in terms of aesthetics, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not, obviously, it's one of the few coupes that's being made these days. There's something, that's a nice little silver lining. Granted, if I won the lottery, I would definitely buy one of these just to do an engine swap, put in a good old Hemi, a real one, with a good old stick shift, as they should all be by default. It almost looks like they took the last Charger and put it in a PlayStation 2 in terms of graphics to dumb it down. Because, again, it looks even more simple than what it was, which is kind of saying something. Which, I'm sure some people find that attractive. Now, they say, quote, Dodge put a price on its first all-electric vehicle, the Charger Daytona, but it won't be cheap for the mean. I'm not sure if this writer is inebriated, perhaps drinking Bud Light, but they say for the mean, clean, neighborhood disturbing machine. Well, they got the last part probably right. They'll probably do a lot of donuts out there. They say the 2024 Daytona two-door model will start at $59,595 for the RT and $75,190 for the Scat Pack. However, those are BES marketing numbers, or books if you want to sound fancy and European. But, well, the issue is those do not include the $1,995 destination fee. And of course, you have all the dealerships add-on. I'm sure some drunk, inebriated person, they'll probably buy the very, very first one for like 200 grand or something like that, just like the Cybertruck. Someone always is willing to pay more to be the first person to own it. But yeah, like the F-150 Lightning or that, what do they call it, Abomination. I mean, there are people paying $20, $30, $40, $100,000 over list price to be the first to get it. Now, there's a lot more collecting dust in the, most dealerships, so you can get them for a much cheaper price. But yeah, basically 60,000 and 75,000 for an EV two-door, which will even be faster than a Tesla. Well, I was gonna say hopefully it'll handle better, given the engineering resources or lack thereof at Stellantis, the parent company behind Dodge these days. I'm pretty skeptical in terms of how will the driving experience be compared to a Tesla Model Plaid, Banana Falcon, whatever they call their top trim line level. Now, say that both Daytona models will start production this summer. Four-door models will be built in the first half of 2025. You can check out the models heading to dealerships online starting in the fall, and they should make lots by the end of the year. Which, this is just... avert your eyes. This gets rough. Ugh. You see the four-door version. Terrible. I mean, at least it's an interesting bright orange. I'll give him credit. The paint is at least good, or the artistic rendition of the vehicle in this. And the interior, well, nothing to brag about. Pretty modern. Got, of course, more screens than a freaking Best Buy back in the day when they actually had, products in there. A lot of touch screens. Got the anemic automatic transmission, or I guess in this case just the selector because there's an EV in the middle. Obviously, you only have two pedals. Also heartbreaking as well. Looks like you're seeing a picture of the Scat Pack. The interior with 16-inch instrument cluster, HUD, which has been standard. Well, fun business fact: the first mass production vehicle was the 1998 Chevrolet Corvette. They say it'll also have a 12.5-inch UniConnect 5 infotainment system with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Which, I don't know, is it just me? Like, I just feel like the more crap they put in cars, the more things they can break. And I don't like those massive screens. I mean, just wait for one pixel to die. Especially when you have to do... It's an abomination when you have to have adjustments like heating seats, cooled seats, or air conditioner. If that is not a physical button, that annoys the hell out of me for some reason. Especially the only thing I don't like about my little Honda Civic outside with the stick shift, the thing I don't like, and they've made a mistake because they fixed it last year, was the volume is just a scroll. There's no knob on my car. It's ridiculous. Honda eventually did learn the lesson and switched that for the 2019 model year. Here's a couple more pictures you can see. And it's on the track. Hilariously enough, they won't be allowed on most tracks. Not that the people buying them would take them there, but because most tracks do not have the fire suppression technology or the insurance policies to cover EVs, in addition to not having the charging infrastructure. again, it very well may come in the future, but again, all the tracks around me, anecdotally speaking, well, they don't allow it. Or if they do allow it, there's a caveat that says we basically let your car will be let it be burned to a crisp. We're not going to interfere or intervene if there's a crash or if there's a fire. It just goes to nothing. So yeah, it is kind of ironic. And the rear light bar, very similar to last generation. Actually is a little bit more angular than the previous one. See the Bastardized logo. It's no longer the Dodge Ram or the what we call the little mascot they had. Now, literally just looks like a triangle with the sides bent in. I guess it's supposed to look like the charging port. That Daytona, ooh, the Daytona is molded into the plastique. That's fancy. They had big brakes, which there's that. Little Scat Pack logo on it. Now, they say that at launch, you'll get the Stage 1 upgrade kit, including for the RT model, that boosts to 496 horsepower and 404 foot-pounds of torque. While the Scat Pack Stage 2 kit zaps out funny, I see what they did there for the verbiage. Zaps out 670 horsepower and 627 foot-pounds of torque. Both run on 2-motor, 400-volt systems. Hooray! Again, one of those things with EVs, well, it's just one of those things where they all have enormous amounts of horsepower. I mean, now it's going to be all focusing on the driving experience. Because again, they'll all be fast. It's just the inherent advantage of EV platforms. Now, they also say, quote, both the RT and Scat Pack models won't be eligible for the $7,500 tax incentive through purchasing, but it can be applied through a lease. That's another downside of these vehicles for everyone who loves the EVs is they don't qualify for the government subsidies that are propping up many of the industry. So, yeah, Stellantis, fun reminder, their profits down about 50%, so we'll see how all these business decisions will pan out in the end. But I don't know. I mean, the Charger used to be one of the greatest vehicles, especially in terms of variety. I mean, you had ones that started like, what was it, 26 grand for the V6 model? And they went all the way up to like the Demon Banana Falcon version that cost 6 figures and as fast as, well, a Demon. You can get, I'm surprised they never did a commercial with that old rapper with You Can Have Whatever You Like song. Which, I mean, that'd be a great way to emphasize you can have any type of vehicle you want with that. And you want economic one, you want a fast one. There's a lot of options. And I'm not sure the people who want muscle cars are going to want an EV muscle car. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will be the #1 best-selling vehicle in North America. I mean, I think the odds of that are not necessarily 0, but probably 0.000000827% approximately. Because again, it's a whole new type of customer. I don't see a lot of old customers transitioning over to the new EV platform. I mean, in terms of investments, not investment advice, but I see a lot of the old gas ones where, the last versions, those are increasing in value. Now, there are some people who are asking absurd amount of money for the final editions, treating them like as collectibles, but some of them are actually successfully selling for, high over markup as well. Again, it's the last year, and I don't know, does anyone else just miss when Dodge used to put a big old V8 in pretty much every platform possible? I mean, they used to be the brand for muscle, and basically will do what the customer wants. And unfortunately, again, this is partially government interventionism. This same company is also facing massive $1 million, I think it's $100 million fines from the US government because they didn't meet EPA regulations for the fleet averages. So again, there are myriad of variables that go into why they're producing so many EVs. One of the biggest variables is also government interventionism. So hopefully we get to go back to having some good old fun, Dodges with a good old, like an actual, V8 and a Hemi, which again is what the brand is all known about. Or maybe this will be the next evolution of the brand and they'll all love it and maybe they'll outsell Honda, Toyota, and General Motors this year. Let me know in the comments. What are the odds of that? Probably 0. But let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I'd really appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.